गुड मॉर्निंग एव्हरीवन. वेलकम बॅक टू माय चॅनल. आज आपण इंग्लिश पेपर 2 महाराष्ट्र सेटचा पेपर बघणार आहोत. मार्च 2023चा पेपर आहे. काल ऑलरेडी मी 50 क्वेश्चन्स अपलोड केलेले आहे. आज आपण 51 to 100 क्वेश्चन्स बघणार आहोत. व्हिडिओ आवडला तर लाईक, शेअर आणि सबस्क्राईब चॅनलला नक्की करा. चला तर सुरू करूया. Okay. Who among the following can be said to be the dramatist of the Victorian age? तर ड्रामेटिस्ट ऑफ विक्टोरियन एज कोण आहे? सी. थॉमस मॅलोरी. Who said it is healthier to read tidbits than Tennyson idylls of the king? So the answer is Samuel Beckett. Which one of the novels is the part of Lawrence Durrell Avignon Quintet? So the answer is B. Sebastian. The realization of morpheme in terms of form is called as, it is called as phonemics, which is not a work of Franz Kafka. The answer is D. The Judgment is not the work of Franz Kafka. The scene wherein the narrator is transported to his childhood while he tastes the Madeline dipped in a tea appears in a War and Peace. Which poet said he created poetry which attained the end of the blood, imagination, intellect running together? It is B. Coventry Patmore. Who wrote Daniel Deronda? So it is written by B. Jane Austen. Cyril Dabin is a Australian playwright. The term diaspora comes from Scandinavian. Which of this is not a translation of a Bible into English? That is B. Tanley's Bible. The diphthong is a sound formed by the combination of two vowels in a single syllable. Who amongst the following is not a primary practitioner of deconstruction? That is D. J. Hills Miller. Who in an essay of dramatic pose by Dryden presents the ancients? That is B. Critias. Which poem of Tennyson is critiqued as anti-feminist? That is D. Idylls of the King. What term does Keats use for the Grecian urn? That is B. Sociologist. Which poem opens with the line, "For God's sake, hold your tongue and let me love"? That is A. A valediction forbidding mourning. A. In which play does the plot deal with the city goldsmiths to apprentice and his two daughters, the younger sweet and modest, and the elder foolish and worldly? That is D. A trick to catch the old one. Samuel Johnson and John Donne is a metaphysical poet in Life of Gray. Identify the printer credited for issuing the two prints, Beer Street and Gin Lane. That is D. Michelangelo, who was responsible for Britain's first organized detective police force, the Bow Street Runners. That is C. Richardson. The Massacre of Paris is authored by The Massacre of Paris is authored by B. Robert Greene. The View of the Present State of Ireland is written by Robert Greene. The journal Tatler was founded by B. Samuel Johnson, who said no poet, no artist of an art has his complete meaning alone. A. T.S. Eliot, who among the following is not a Caribbean writer? It is C. E. Derek Walcott. In which poem do the following lines occur? It occurs in the Memoriam. Dylan Thomas under Milkwood was originally a resortian play. What figure of speech can be used by Dryden to make fun Shadwell in the following lines? Alone my perfect image bears, measure the dullness from his tender ears. She alone of all my sons is he who stands confirmed in full stupidity. That is C. Juxtaposition. Who is the author of The Sense of an Ending? That is C. Harold Fry. A frictive sound is produced with a structure of an open approximation. Falstaff is a character and in William Shakespeare, The Merry Wives of Windsor. Which novel opens with the following famous line? All happy families are alike, and each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. That is B. Anna Karenina. Following was one of the pioneering theorists of cultural studies in Britain. That is D. C.S. Lewis. The annual anthology called Wheels was published by Wyndham Lewis, T.S. Eliot, and Ezra Pound. The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam was rendered into English poetry by D. Edward Fitzgerald, who was the first to translate Mahabharata into English. It was B. Ramnath Kak. Ramnath Kak was the person who had translated Mahabharata into English. An epic poem in the Old English verse is a Odyssey. The belief that the second language can be taught in the same way as the learner's first language by using only the target language forms on the basis for it is B. Functional method. The panopticon accord, according to Foucault, was also a laboratory. It cannot be used to alert behavior, which literary critic compares the poet's mind to a catalytic agent. It is B. Dryden. Who among the following is not a new critic? B. Cleth Brooks. Who among the following belongs to the Bloomsbury group? Bloomsbury group. That is A. W. H. Auden. The title of the book is placed in a single inverted commas. In the title, which words begin in the capital letters? That is A. Grammatical words. Writers achieve the 95. A. Writers achieve the goals of documentation by providing, that is D, information in complex manner. ओके. 95 मध्ये थोडं कन्फ्युजन आहे. दॅट इज टायटल इन द टायटल विच वर्ड्स बिगिन विथ कॅपिटल लेटर्स. तर थोडं कन्फ्युजन आहे की आन्सर दिलेलं आहे ग्रॅमॅटिकल वर्ड्स, बट आय थिंक सो इट इज कंटेंट वर्ड्स. तर बघूया, अगर काही चेंजेस राहिले तर मी नेक्स्ट व्हिडिओमध्ये नक्की सांगेल. रीड दी फॉलोइंग पोम अँड आन्सर दी क्वेश्चन्स गिवन बिलो. ऑलरेडी आपण एक पॅसेज केलेला आहे. पोम तुम्ही वाचू शकता, एक स्क्रीनशॉट घेऊ शकता. ओके. आणि त्यानंतर आपण सॉल्व करून बघू शकता. दी टोन ऑफ द पोएट इज डाउटफुल. The poet is referring to political issues. The first two lines of the last stanza deals with an assertion. The poet longs for homely stay. ओके. तर अशा प्रकारे आपण सेकंड पार्ट कंप्लीट केलेला आहे मार्च 2023चा. आपण 2022चा पेपर बघूया. 2023 आणि 24चा पेपर ऑलरेडी अपलोड झालेला आहे. तर नक्की व्हिडिओ बघा आणि प्रॅक्टिस करा. मोस्टली सेमच क्वेश्चन्स येतात आणि ऑल दी बेस्ट. खूप कमी दिवस राहिलेले आहे, तर वारंवार व्हिडिओज बघून तुम्ही लर्न करून घ्या आणि पास व्हा. थँक्यू. व्हिडिओ आवडला तर लाईक, शेअर आणि सबस्क्राईब चॅनलला नक्की करा. थँक्यू.